Okay, so today I received some new Vanguard models and I'd like to go over them. And the first one we're going to go over are the Night Stalkers. This just came in today and I have several factions for Vanguard already. I painted quite a few models, so I was very busy in the studio painting stuff. And this is, I've already done some Vanguard unboxings, but I figured why not do another one. All right, so this is the typical way in which the models come. And this is usually your larger creatures and your command module models, your heroes. They come neatly bagged in these little bags. And you get 15 miniatures in this box. And this is a very dark faction. This is what I liked about it. I wanted a really dark villain for Vanguard, and so this is it. Okay, so they come nicely bagged. And one thing about this, there is a little sprue there. And that little sprue, it's very consistent throughout the different boxes. Here you have like little heads, little arms. Okay, so there is a little sprue in there. These models are very clean. There's very little flash. There's a little bit of flash, but not really, not a lot. They're very clean models. I really like that about them. And then you get a sprue, an actual sprue with usually your troops, your grunts, right? And it looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There looks to be 5 models in this sprue with all the parts. Okay, so we got that. Then this is typical of Vanguard as well. This is a wooden base, and I like these. I really don't mind these at all. And it's square. And this is a rankin. Well, Kings of War is a rank and file game. Vanguard's a skirmish game, but it has square bases. And these are the other like troop types, your grunts, and everything else. And then you get quite a few cards. These are all your stat cards. Now, I'm going to be very careful with this and, get these cards open. I'm curious to see if they're all Night Stalker, if you get other factions. So, yeah, this is all Night Stalkers. And you get a lot of repeats. That's one thing. You get a lot of repeats. Okay, so this is all Night Stalkers. There's a Shadowhound. I really, really like those. And you do get a couple of Shadowhounds in this box. It looks like you get cards for all for the entire faction. Or maybe not for the entire faction because there's a lot of repeats. The Reaper, that's a really cool looking creature. Then you get the Scarecrow. These models are all in the box. Needle Fangs, I don't know if that's in the box. I don't think so. So you get your stat cards, and then you get, I guess these are the stat cards for the models in the box. So you get 2 separate packs of stat cards. It has a lot of good detail. Okay, now I don't know this faction right now. I don't know very much about it. I'm going to have to read up on it. But it's basically the stuff of nightmares. Your nightmares taking form. I always kind of like that in fantasy. That's pretty cool. And that's like a big torso. And you can see how it has slots. This particular model has slots for the head, for the arms. You don't get that in all the models. A lot of the models remind me of Frostgrave, actually, where the areas where you put your arms on, they're flat, right? These actually have little holes in them where you can put, the arms will have a peg and then it secures it. So those are going to be nice and easy to put together. And this is a Reaper. I like that. Reminds me of a Tyranid or a Gene Stealer. from 40K. But I like that model. That's a nice one. Then what do we have here? I don't know what this is yet. Well, that's pretty cool. And as you can see, they have pretty good detail. Okay, a pretty good detail. And here's a weapon arm. One of the big guys. And look at that. That looks pretty mean. Pretty mean. And actually, this is 2 arms together. So this is a 4-armed beast. That's cool. Okay, and then this is what I wanted to show you guys. Here is the sprue that you get. Now here you're going to have to do a little bit of cleaning. Very little. And these are the arms with the pegs for those Reaper bodies. Okay, so that's pretty cool. And that's your only sprue in these baggies. Then you got another weapon arm, a big, looks like a meat cleaver almost, or a scimitar. I'm trying to get it focused there. So as you can see, nice detail, not bad detail with these models. And I really like Mantic models. They're pretty cool. So there's another weapon arm, and we got this weird looking body here. So that's it. Here's another part. I'm gonna have to I know where this goes actually, right here. Now one thing folks, I want to say is these models, these kits don't bring instructions. Okay, there's no instructions whatsoever. And sometimes, you know, could really use them. But for the most part, like you can see, you can kind of tell when things go together, right? So I figured that they probably decided to save on that part, right? But even a little pamphlet with some instructions would, for some of the kits that I've put together, would have been helpful. But there's no instructions to this whatsoever. So, for the most part, I don't think there's a problem putting them together, though. All right, and that covers that kit. This is for my girlfriend, Julie. She's going to be my opponent in Vanguard, and she's playing Trident Realms, and she really liked this model when she saw it. The Frog Warrior riding the Toad. I mean, yeah, can't get any better than that. And this is an expansion kit. It's the first kit of its kind that I get, and I'm going to get this open. We use a X-Acto knife there. Get this open, and I'm assuming it's similar to all the other kits in Vanguard. If I can get this open. Let's see. There we go. All right. So this is what you get in a small expansion kit. Let's see the stat card. Here it is, and those are some of the stats here. And again, I have to learn some of these stats. And this is your melee stat and your range stat right there, the 5+. So they hit on 5+ for both melee and range. Okay, so that's the stat card. Here is the base. It's a wooden base. I guess anything that's cavalry or large beast, you know, they put on the wooden bases, which is fine by me. Okay, and this looks to be a white resin kit. That's interesting, and that's one thing I've noticed about these kits. Sometimes you get kits that have metal, white resin, and hard plastic all in one kit. I think the Trident Realms was like that. It was like all 3 materials, and it's interesting. All right, so this is white resin. Okay, not bad. Good detail. Okay, and very crisp, the detail. And I guess this is the legs for the Toad. Look at all that detail. Nice pegs for mounting it to the body, so that should go together quite well. Here are the front legs for the Toad. And you got the little ninja frog dude. Very cool. I do like this guy. I think Julie made a good choice. I really like these anthropomorphic critters. You know, I don't know. They can be silly sometimes, but they're so cool. And look at that toad. That's a nice model. I like that beast. I really do. Very nice detail. That's going to be very nice to paint. I'll have to decide. Well, I'll ask Julie how she wants me to paint it. And this is going to be her expansion. So, very, very nice. All right. Well, that was my little update on Vanguard models. And I'm glad to be able to show you guys the different things that we have for this studio. And hopefully we can get some Vanguard Week, started very soon so we can play this game and get into this game. It looks like a very interesting game. So, all right. Thank you, folks. And that was my little Vanguard update. And right here, we have the Abyssals. That's another faction that I will be painting very soon. So, all right. Have a good one, folks.